let's see what can we learn about Open RAN. Okay. So for this topic, we'll run through what is Open RAN, the GPP hardware and open systems, the Open RAN ecosystem, and deployment trials. And we have some question and answer at later end of our discussion. Okay. So what is Open RAN? So Open RAN is industry movement siya, okay, with the goal of interoperability. So when we say interoperability, we have different components ng radio access network natin, yung uh, radio itself, okay, yung antenna, yung interfaces niya, okay, and then yung baseband units natin, okay, they can operate or they can be uh, mixed and matched with different vendors. Yan. Okay. So, bakit natin gusto yung Open RAN? Okay. Well, we have these telco operator challenges. Okay. So, me, wearing my telco hat. Ayan. Ano ba yung problema namin sa ano? Ano ba yung problema namin sa telco before? Okay. Faster time to market, number one. Okay. When we say faster time to market, uh, medyo mabagal yung rollout ng mga sites. Okay. Medyo mabagal or natatagalan tayo when we uh, roll out products and services. Okay. Or medyo natatagalan tayo on improvement. So, ang tagal na ng ano ko, ang tagal na ng tawag nila, ang tagal na ng requests ng mga tao dito to set up a site or to increase yung bandwidth or yung coverage dito, di ba? So, yun yung ano, yun yung challenge on the traditional networks. Di ba? Why? Mostly kasi yung expansions, di ba, yung pag-set up, it is very labor intensive. Okay? Sorry, sa ano pa lang, sa site acquisition pa lang matagal na. Okay? Setting it aside, okay, yung uh, interfacing, link up ng mga sites, yung performance testing niya, okay, it really takes time. Okay? So, consider nyo, no, kami before sa ano, when Sun Cellular was starting before, okay, nag-soft launch siya 2000, I think that was 2001. Pero yung actual na it was announced to the market for yung mismo production or operating date niya was 2003 pa. Okay. So within 2 years siya naging uh, nagbigay talaga ng service. And actually the service back then was nasa NCR lang. Ganun pa siya noon. So, tas paunti-unti from NCR na branch out na to the neighboring provinces. Okay? Pero if let me share the story of Rakuten. No? In 2020, okay, it only took Rakuten 5 months for to launch their mobile network. Sabihin, after they have set up their sites, no, 5 months lang, okay, yung mga cell sites na yun, they fired up and they can already cater yung consumer traffic. Okay, 5 months. So, gaano, when we say faster time to market, di ba, uh, yung technology natin back then, ang hirap maka-catch up with the technology that is available right now. Ayan, di ba? So, what else? Better performance ito. Okay? Better performance. Uh, sa mga traditional systems or traditional networks, okay, it needs a lot of testing, drive test and all. Yan. Measure natin yung uh, mga signal strengths natin, yung handovers, yung mga errors na nakukuha. Okay? Then, replan or resolution. Ano ba yung kailangan natin i-configure sa cell site? Ito, kailangan ba talaga, or kailangan talaga natin na, hindi na kaya talaga boss ng ano, hindi na kaya talaga boss ng tweaking ng config. Kailangan talaga magdagdag na ng mga licenses or ng mismong hardware. So, medyo matagal. Kumbaga, hindi siya ah, hindi siya mm, abrupt to to provide a better coverage, yan yung mabilis na QoS, okay? Or yung quality of service natin, no? But with the Open RAN, it can answer that challenge, yung better performance. Later we will see how, okay? And also, ito yung pinaka malaking dagok or challenge talaga sa telco, the lower cost because if you, pare kung ako yung may-ari ng ano, 'di ba, ako yung may-ari ng uh, telco, no, 60 to 70% of my capital expenditures nandun sa radio network side. Ibig sabihin, yung bulk of my investments nandun. Okay? So, kapag ba in-incorporate ko or I invest in Open RAN, would that reduce my cost? Pwede. Okay? Pwede. And later, we will see packet. Okay? Later, we will see. Yan. Okay. So currently, we have this five uh, vendors who uh, has most of the shares, di ba, uh, ng radio network equipment. Okay? So, nandiyan si Huawei, si Ericsson, Nokia, ZTE, Samsung. Okay? So, sila ay nagpo-provide ng buong setup, okay, uh, ng cell site natin. From those antennas, okay, yung radio, then yung baseband unit, okay, lahat yan package na. Okay, package deal na siya. Ibig sabihin, uh, if I, kung ako yung operator, I opt to set up a cell site on a certain area, okay, pwede kong kontakin si Huawei, or si Ericsson, or si Nokia, okay? And sabihin nila, ay, ito yung ano namin, ito yung solution namin dyan. Kaya meron kaming radio, meron kaming uh, BBU, okay? And sometimes, actually, hanggang core, di ba? Kami na lang magpo-provide ng ano mo, ng MSS mo. Sabi mo na kunin yung HLR mo, di ba? Okay. So, minsan ganun yung nangyayari, no? Nagiging vendor dependent yung network. Okay? Nagiging vendor dependent. For example, uh, sa amin before, no? Ang NCR namin, naka-Huawei. Okay? Pero yung Vismin, naka-Ericsson. Lahat Ericsson. Ganun siya. Kasi na monopolize ng ano monopolize ng vendors na sige, dito mo na kunin yung ano namin. Okay? We will provide you all of this. Kasi hindi mo pwede siyang mix and match or kuwari. Yung isang cell site ko is kunin ko Huawei tapos yung kabilang yung neighbor cell site ko is Nokia. Okay? Medyo hindi siya hindi siya ah, pwede siya mag-work pero ang hirap sa operator, I'm talking to different vendors at the same time, 'di ba? Tapos yung integration pa nung dalawa, okay? So, nagiging it creates a vendor lock-in, 'di ba? So, wala, tied up tayo dito sa ano na to eh. Kung ano yung bibigay niyang solution, yun yung pwede nating i-grab. So, naglalaban na lang sila ng ano eh, itong mga traditional vendors natin. So, ano na lang sila, sige, kami yung magbibigay ng ano ng equipment mo for this. Kami na magko-cover for this and you get a free platform from us. Ganun siya. Okay? So, monolithic yung dating. When we say monolithic, yung hardware, yung software, lahat ng gagaling sa kanila. Okay? Package deal yan. Hindi mo pwedeng, pwede ba yung software ko manggaling kay ganito, yung hardware ko kay kunin ko kay ganyan. Okay? Yung antenna ko, kunin ko kay ganito, yung radio ko, kunin ko kay ganyan. No, it's monolithic. Package deal siya. Okay? So, ano ba yung principle ng Open RAN? For Open RAN, we are disaggregating yung network. Okay, we are disaggregating it. So disaggregation means we are splitting the system into smaller subsystems. Ang example nito, dali ko kayo sa sa world ng IT muna. Okay. For example, I have a website. Ayan. I have a website. So, ano ba components ng website ko? Meron akong front end, yung mag-host ng site mismo. Meron akong application, meron akong database. Okay. Uh, when we say monolithic, naka-house yun sa isang server. Naka-house yun sa isang server. So, kung magkaroon ng problem ng database ko, apektado yung application, apektado yung uh, front end. Okay? Kung may problem yung front end ko, ganun din. What's the use of my application and database? So when we say disaggregating split up natin to. Yung front end ko, I'll house it in server 1. Okay, yung application ko, I'll house it in server 2. Yung database ko in server 3. Okay? Or, uh, as we say, no, disaggregation also means separation of hardware and software. Sabihin, hindi ako dependent na dapat uh, yung hardware and software ko, it comes in package deal. No? So, I can get my hardware from this, I can get my software from this. Okay? And for Open RAN, we focus on disaggregation of the radio access network. So when from that perspective, dalhin natin siya sa radio access network. Ano ba yung components ng radio access network natin? We have our antenna, our radio, our baseband units. I-disaggregate natin yun, hati-hatiin natin. Okay? So gawin natin open yung radio. Okay? Gawin natin open yung interface. Gawin natin open yung baseband units natin. And then yung baseband unit natin, may mga functions yun eh. Nandun, nandun yung mga baseband processing natin, di ba? So, merong hardware and software behind that. So, i-disaggregate din natin siya. Sabihin, let's run it in general purpose hardware and we have some software that can uh, process the same way yung what is the baseband unit is doing. Okay? So, ayan. We have a core network dito. Okay? And the core network, actually, nasa ano naman na yan eh. That's part na lang ng uh, 5G core network natin. But also, we can disaggregate din naman yun. But we will much focus on the radio access part muna. Yeah. Okay. So, when we disaggregate to, no, so yung traditional run natin, okay, from a monolithic perspective na isa siyang complete site, no, hihimay-himayin natin. Okay? So, we have the RU, okay? Or yung RU, that is yung radio unit natin. Okay? And yung baseband unit, okay, it will be now implemented using two modules, yung CU and DU, or the centralized unit and the distributed unit. Uh, Mamaya makita natin bakit kailangan paghiwalayan. Okay? So there's when we move from traditional run to open run or a disaggregated run, okay, may mga functions inside the baseband unit that we can put in the telco edge cloud, and then merong mga functions na gusto natin mas mabilis yung processing ito, ilalagay natin mas malapit sa ah, sa mga radio side naman natin. So, yun yung distributed unit. So, yun yung mga functions na let's say for example, yung mga L1 and L2 uh, uh, services natin that needs to have a more faster response dun sa radio network. Yan. Okay. And also with Open RAN, we have the RIC or the RAN Intelligent Controller. Okay. So as we progresses, no, maintindihan natin ano ba yung purpose ng RIC, ano yung purpose ng CDU, RU. Okay. But for this slide, we want to have a knowledge that yung traditional RAN natin, okay, that is being offered ng mga vendors, okay, it can be broken down, okay, from to RU, to DU, to CU, and also yung interface niya, normally kasi yung C3, which connects the radio to our baseband units, okay, although that is open specification siya, pero yung mga vendors natin, they have a way, they have their own ways implementing it. Okay? So hindi siya pwedeng kumbaga nagiging proprietary yung implementation. Now with Open RAN, those interfaces are open. Sabihin, we can mix and match those RUs to different DUs. Okay? So what does open mean? One, we have open source software. Okay? Ibig sabihin, yung mga softwares or applications natin that could do those baseband unit processing, open source na siya. Hindi na siya hindi pwede yung BBU processing ko galing kay ganitong vendor, iraran ko sa hardware na ganitong vendor. Okay? Yun yung challenge before, no? But with Open RAN, okay, we now have the open source softwares na, which is actually yun naman ang gusto natin eh. We have the open source softwares free. Yeah. Open source hardware, okay, pag sinabi natin open source hardware, hindi siya free, di ba? Hindi siya free, but those are hardwares that are generally available in the market, or GPPs, or general purpose uh, computers, yan. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, hindi na ako tied up dun sa machine o sa equipment ng specific vendor. Okay? I can buy, or wari kung nag-fail yung may failure sa site na to, di ba? I- let's say for example, nagkaroon ng problem dun sa board niya. Okay? With Open RAN, I can source out uh, hardware available sa market kasi general purpose hardwares na yung yung ginagamit ng Open RAN. Okay? So hindi na tayo mamamroblema, ano, pare kung naka-vendor lock-in ka, o may problema sa site na ganito, yung equipment natin is failing na talaga, hindi niya na uh, bagsak yung nakukuha niyang signal on this. Okay? Kapag sa traditional network, siyempre magka-file tayo niyan ng for replacement, okay, sabihin ng ng vendor, ay wala kaming stock yan. Okay? Orderin pa rin sa ah, pwedeng sa China, sa Thailand, sa Indonesia, depende kung nasaan yung yung manufacturing nila. Okay? So it will take time for us to deliver that kind. Okay? So with open source hardware, that is the general purpose hardware already available in the market. So ang bilis na parang plug and play na lang tayo. Yan siya. And thirdly, open interfaces. Okay? So when we say open interfaces, yung hardware ko pwede siyang mag-connect or pwede siyang or yung software ko pwedeng mag-run dun sa hardware ko. Okay? And yung okay, yung interface ng mga radio units ko, they can uh, be connected dun sa mga open source hardware ko. Okay? Yeah. So Open RAN means Open Radio Access Network. So as I said earlier, this is an industry movement that develops disaggregated and interoperable region access network solutions, leveraging the general purpose processors, hardware, software-defined technologies, and open interfaces based on industry standards. So as we can see, no, open yung radio unit natin, okay? And open yung interfaces natin connecting to the distributed units. Yung DU natin, okay, which mostly processes the L1 and L2 layers, no, they now run on GPP hardware and uh, open source softwares. And then yung mid-hole natin, the one connecting yung DU and the CU, okay, open interface din siya. Okay? So hindi lang yung C3 yung open. Okay? Then as we look on sa CU natin, so sa centralized units natin, no? Yung higher layer processing, okay, software defined na rin. And it can run on GPP hardware din, right? From DU, from CU going to the core network, open interface din siya. And that is, yun naman yung backhaul. Yung backhaul, yan yung either naka fiber optic yan or yung naka microwave antennas connecting our uh, site going to the core network. Okay. So one might ask, no, open space RAN, open RAN or ORAN, are all this the same? Actually, no. Okay. So when we talk about open space RAN, okay, ito yung what we are talking about. This is the broad term talking about disaggregating the RAN. Yan. Okay. When we talk about open RAN, no space, okay, this refers to the TIP project group and their concept, defined as vendor neutral disaggregation of RAN at both the hardware and software levels on general purpose processor-based platforms. Sabihin, ito yung project ni TIP. Okay, ito yung project ni TIP. Because si TIP, Telecom Infra Project, okay, they they are geared na magkaroon ng interoperable equipment, hardware and software, yung mga vendors. Okay? Not necessarily 5G, but across those Gs. So interoperable yung 2G uh, software and hardware, interoperable yung 3G software and hardware, interoperable yung 4G software and hardware, and also the 5G. So, not necessarily they are talking about 5G, no, for tip. For O-RAN, okay, for O-RAN, it refers to the O-RAN Alliance naman. Okay, when we talk about the O-RAN Alliance, ito na yung group of operators, okay, who define standards for the next generation run architecture and open interfaces. So sila na yung nagde-define ng standards nitong Open RAN mismo on how should we able to disaggregate, diba? Meron silang mga working groups to see uh, on each part of the disaggregated network, how should they implemented, how should they work, okay? Sina DU, sina CU, okay? And how can we virtualize them or how can we cloudify them? Yan. Okay. So, Oran Alliance naman ang uh, nagsiset up niyan for on the specifications. Yan. Okay. So ano yung benefits natin? Yan. Ano yung benefits ng Open RAN? As, di ba, meron tayong challenges earlier in terms of faster time to market, better performance, and lowering the cost. Okay, so for Open RAN benefits, we have diverse vendor ecosystem. Sabihin, marami na tayong players, not only the five major players earlier, but even the small players can now participate. And uh, uh, anong magiging benefit ito para sa operator, for a telco operator? Well, diba, mas marami na. I have a lot of vendors to choose from. Okay? And mas maripili ko yung mas mura. Siyempre, yun naman lagi ang ano natin eh. Ang goal natin eh. Ma-implement natin yung solution at the lower cost. Diba? So we have a diverse vendor ecosystem and this will also bring much food to the table. So, mas marami na tayong ano eh, mas marami na tayong competitors. Diba? Mas magiging lively yung market in terms of availability ng mga equipment or mga uh, softwares na kailangan natin. Okay? So we have a more competitive supplier environment, a fast network deployment. Fast network deployment kasi virtualized na tayo. So Open RAN, okay? Or let's say, for example, yung vRAN or the virtualized RAN, hindi pa siya talaga Open RAN kasi yung virtualized RAN, although virtualized na siya, no? Mas mabilis na yung uh, spinning up ng mga virtual machines natin and all. Eh, hindi pa siya open kasi pwedeng yung virtualization is uh, provided pa rin or proprietary pa rin ng specific vendor. But with the Open RAN, yung virtualization niya, that is uh, open source na yung uh, environment natin. Yan. Okay? So you can choose different virtualization services or uh, vendors who could provide the cloud platforms for you. Okay? Easy access to the third-party software developers? Yes. Yan. Kasi especially if you are in the business of cloud, yan, public clouds natin, no, they already have uh, parang marketplace within them na merong mga vendors, oh, ito yung cloud solution natin for this. If you want uh, available, kung gusto mo magkaroon ng website agad in just 2 seconds, meron kaming uh, software for that. Okay. Uh, ang daming offerings, ang daming cloud native functions na available. Ayan. Okay. Automation. Okay, automation. Since we are harnessing the power of cloud, okay, so uh, yung mga machine learnings natin, okay, mas madali siyang mai-implement or yung automation mas madaling ma-implement through Open RAN. Kasi ang hirap mag-automate ng ano, ang hirap mag-automate sa traditional network kasi mas ano siya, very labor intensive. Hindi mo pwedeng tawag ito. Hindi mo siya agad-agad may tweak eh. Okay, but with Open Run, you have the the management and orchestration uh, service that knows ay kailangan tumataas yung let's say uh, user traffic ko sa area na to. Ayan. I can easily spin up na magdagdag tayo ng additional VMs for this. So within 5 to 10 minutes may lumaki na agad yung capacity ng cell site. Diba? Ganun siya. Okay. Again, harnessing the power of cloud, we can also have this uh, artificial intelligence or machine learning advantages. Yan. Because meron tong meron tong mga metrics that feed, okay, sa ating non-real-time rate. Okay? And the non-real-time rate will have meron siyang mga remote apps that could determine ano yung best improvement doon sa area na yun or doon sa cell site na yun or doon sa DU na yun. Okay? And of course, lower total cost of ownership. Why? Kasi yung pagse-set up nung baseband units natin, okay? Or yung pagme-maintain nun, di ba? Kasi ako for on my experience, no, doon kami sa kami yung engineers na nasa data centers eh, di ba? So, ang hirap mag-manage yung data center, di ba? Kailangan yung data center mo 24/7 up yan, okay? And then always meron kang backup power. So you have commercial power and then meron kang mga uh, rectifiers para yung power mo is consistent, okay? And then meron kang backup dun sa commercial power, okay? Meron kang generators, then meron kang batteries. Lahat yan kailangan mong i-maintain. Okay? May time sa amin noon, hindi ko maalala kung sinong bagyo yun. Si Milenyo ata. Bagyong Milenyo. I think that was 2008 or 2009. Diba? Medyo, medyo tumagal yung ano niya, yung effect ng bagyo. Ang tagal ma-restore ng power. Nagaran yung data center sa generators. Naubos yung diesel. Naubos yung diesel. Okay? So, ang last resort, battery. Di ba? Pero siyempre yung battery, hanggang ano lang yun, ilang days lang yung kayang i-support ng battery, no? So, wala. Ano talaga, pag inabutan ko talaga ng ganong klase ng disaster, di ba? Babagsak at babagsak yung data center mo. Yan. So, for Open RAN, if we are harnessing yung public cloud natin, no? Those risks, those operating costs, yan, na-let go ko na yan. Okay? Sila ano na yan, sila AWS na yan, sila Google na yan, sila Azure na ang bahala mag-manage ng data center nila. And I am using their compute power. Ganun siya. So, ang laki ng binaba ng ano ko. Ang laki ng binaba ng cost of OpEx ko, di ba? Ayan. So, we have white box setup then. Okay? We have COTS servers and yun, in terms of our deployment, we have the CI/CD or the continuous integration and continuous deployment way to have a faster time to market. Yun siya. And lastly is ayan, reduced equipment maintenance cost. Ayan yung na-share ko rin earlier. Okay? So, ang laki ng matitipid when we shift or when at an operator shift to an Open RAN ecosystem. Yan siya. Okay? So ano yung drivers naman natin to move. Well, for me, kung ako ay isang telco operator, what will drive me to invest in Open RAN? Okay? One is the growing network demand. Yan. Okay? Uh, Dati, no, we started from 2G. Tapos nagkaroon tayo ng uh, high-tech na kung meron kang MMS before, di ba? Kung nakakapag-send ng picture to, yan, di ba? And then, yung consumption natin sa data, lumaki, di ba? Nagkaroon na tayo ng ano eh, di ba? Karoon na ng ah, Facebook, yan, okay? Lahat connected na, di ba? Lahat connected na. Pati yung refrigerator natin connected na sa internet, di ba? So, tumataas yung network demand, okay? Ah, And actually, yung consumption natin we need a faster data rate, ba? Nag-shift tayo ng ano, nagkaroon ng pandemic, shift tayo ng work from home, okay? Kahit yung consumption natin sa bahay, tumaas din, di ba? Ah, Kasi lahat ng trabaho natin, ano na eh, naging virtualized na, di ba? Meetings natin virtualized. So how much bandwidth ang kailangan mo for a good connection or good setup like this? Hindi kakayanin ng ano yan, ng 2G or 3G yan. Okay? Again, network virtualization. That is, yan ay nagiging move ngayon ng IT landscape, no? Mas mas mabilis mag-spin up ng mga resources when we do virtualization. Okay? Ito, medyo ano na, moving tayo sa mas high-tech platforms. We now have the artificial intelligence. Okay? Machine learning, big data. Okay? Anong gagawin ko sa mga to? Okay? It will give me as a telco operator, okay, what my consumer wants. Okay? Yun yung mag-feed sa akin. Eh. Dati, di ba, how would you collect before? How would you collect surveys before? Diba? Pupunta mo bahay-bahay or magbibigay ka ng mga ano, survey survey forms, survey links. Okay? But with Open RAN, okay, nakikita niya yung ano eh, nakikita niya yung ah, response ng system. Diba? Nakikita niya yung utilization ng system. Nakikita niya yung demand ng system. And harnessing the power of AI and machine learning, diba? Pwede siya mag-come up ng mga policies to provide a better QoS. Okay? And also, yan, 5G use case. Ano yung 5G use cases natin? Okay? It supports yung enhanced mobile broadband, uh, ultra reliable, low latency natin, and also yung massive MIMO natin. Okay? So what are the main challenges naman of Open? So, hindi lang tayo, me as an operator, di ba? Uy, okay, maganda yung benefits ng Open RAN. Pero how would I shift there? Ano yung mga magiging roadblocks ko on shifting to Open RAN? One is the network performance. Why? Because ang sasabihin ng mga traditional vendors, di ba? Mas okay yung ano namin, yung setup namin. Okay? Purposely built yung hardware namin for this, di ba? Ano to, parang away ng gamers, 'di ba? Merong gamers okay sila sa console, 'di ba? Merong gamers PC naman sila. Yan. So, sinasabi ng mga PC gamers, lahat ng games nyo kaya namin, 'di ba? Yung sinasabi ng mga console gamers, hindi nyo kayang i-emulate yung mga games namin on the highest resolution as possible. Hirap yung machine nyo on this. Kasi purposely built yung game consoles for such games and hindi naman yung PCs nyo, parang ganun. So yun ang contention dito, no? Yung yung mga GPP hardwares nyo, hindi niya kaya i-match yung mga purposely built hardwares namin. Okay? But actually, for Open RAN, for one of the strategies diyan nila tip nila Oran Alliance, di ba? They held plug fests or testings, di ba? Sige, si vendor ganito, he wants to test their network equipment, yung radio nila or yung uh, software nila. Di ba? Sige, i-plug in natin yan. Kasi yun ang maganda sa ano eh, yun ang maganda sa Open RAN. It's open. You can plug it in, test it, does it match with uh, the required specs, diba? So, with those plug fests, nakikita natin that those open source hardwares and softwares can perform at par with what the major vendors are saying. Okay? So in terms of fault management, di ba? Oh, virtualized environment na ako, how would I troubleshoot it? Paano ko malalaman na hardware or software yung sira ko or paano ko malalaman na uh, is it my license ba yung problem? Di ba? Saan nanggagaling yung error ko? Yan. Okay? So with Open RAN kasi, okay, we have the Mano. We have the management and orchestration and it has a way to self-correct itself. Ang galing, di ba? Kasi we have the, we have the intelligence eh. Nandun yung rig natin eh. The RAN intelligent controller eh. Okay? So we have those open source network management tools, okay, that could identify which part of our open CU, open DU that is causing or experiencing some fault. Ano siya. So, actually, mas mabilis kasi we already have an automated alerting. Okay? And then, kung meron tayong automated alert, we can have also an automated fix. Di ba? Mas mabilis yung tawag nito? Mas mabilis yung turnaround ng mga faults. Okay? Yan. The power of automation. So uh, ang challenge dito is how do we automate? Diba? How do we automate? Okay? So it is possible or mas mabilis nating maro-roll out yung automation when we use yung mga cloud native functions. Okay, yung cloud native functions. Kasi actually for for the public cloud no, meron silang ano eh, merong uh, tawag nito. Meron silang auto discoveries or uh, auto scaling yan. Meron silang auto scaling. So when they see that yung compute resource is nag-occupy na ng 70 to 80%, okay, they can provision more CPUs or they can provision or uh, kung naka-containers yun, mas madali siyang spin up ng mga containers, mag-deploy ng mga containers. Okay? So that is what they call zero touch provisioning. Okay? Hindi mo na kailangang need ko mag-set up ulit ng another hardware software for this. Okay? Pero pag naka-public cloud ka na and you subscribe to that feature, yung auto scaling niya, di ba? You have no worries na kaya-kayang i-sustain ng ng site ko yung itong traffic, di ba? Kaya-kayang how soon can I recover from this fault? Okay? may auto ano rin ng ano eh, ang cloud. They have uh, disaster recovery mechanisms. Diba? Ang bilis niya mag-switch over ng service from one data center to another. Okay? So, yan yung power ng automation na mas marirealize natin or mas magiging beneficial sa atin when we go to the cloud native services. Yeah, okay? So, ito, main challenge talaga din to, no? Understanding Open RAN ecosystems. Because from our traditional setup, no, it's a monolithic uh, approach. Basta si ano na bahala dito sa ano niya. Ang alam ko complete na yan, may ano na yan, may radio na yan, may BBU na yan. So connect natin yan sa core natin. Okay. But with Open RAN, syempre, we disaggregate the network kasi, di ba? So pinaghiwalay-hiwalay natin yung ano, hinimay-himay natin yung mga elements nito. Meron tayong radio, meron tayong, oh, but may CU, may DU na tayo, di ba? So it will pose some problems on solutioning. Okay? Medyo, uh, ang I don't know if you are following yung naging setup nila Smart before. So ang na-share nila, 'di ba? Smart was able to have a POC or a proof of concept ng Open RAN. Kaso ang feedback nila is before kapag mag-set up kami ng site, 'di ba? Isang tao lang kausap namin or isang vendor lang kausap namin. Okay? Pero nung sineset up namin itong proof of concept, ang daming tao na nandun sa sa data center. Iba-iba yung mga kausap namin how to configure this, uh, how to link it up with another hardware or another software, di ba? So, medyo magiging challenge talaga siya to understand and deploy yung solution. Okay? But, again, it will give us another opportunity naman. Okay? There, uh, there are a group of specialists yan, na ang tawag sa kanila is mga system integrators. Okay? So, the system integrators, they can help the operator set up their Open RAN ecosystem. Okay. So one of the system integrators here in the Philippines, si Accenture. We also have Amdocs. Yan. Okay. So aside from this, yan, new team profiles, di ba? Okay. For new team profiles, actually, we ito yung ano, ito yung a set of people that would handle the project. So meron tayong napasok tayo sa project management. Okay? So who handles what? Okay? And uh, before kasi 'di ba, lahat yan meron tayong team for site acquisition, meron tayong team for planning, may team uh, for rollout, deployment. Okay? And then, meron tayong team for optimization. Okay? For Open RAN, nagbabago din yung setup ng organization. Okay? So, we'll now go to the GPP hardware or the general purpose processor hardware ng Open RAN. Okay? So, or firstly, we focus on the low cost radio access network. Okay? When we say low-cost radio access network. Now, these are the white box hardware that is offered in the market. Okay? So, white box. Ano yung white box? Ano yung black? Meron bang black box? Okay. We, Speaking in security terms, di ba? When we say testing, black box tech, black box testing, okay? You are trying to access or you are trying to penetrate a system you do not know. Black box yun eh, wala kang alam doon. Okay? But doing a white box testing, okay? I-penetrate mo yung system and you know all the specs of that system. Ano siya. So when we talk about the white box hardware design, lahat ng specs ng hardware na yon, lahat ng specs ng software na yon, readily available sa iyo. Ano siya. So ang dali mag-mix and match uh, ng mga equipment. Okay? So because you are using off-the-shelf components, okay? Instead of proprietary parts ng proprietary vendor. Okay? And uh, yung mga uh, codes na to, okay? They are based on the ORAN specified platforms. Okay? So we have the ORU, okay? The Open Radio Units. Okay? And yung Open Radio Units na to, it can be interfaced with the ODU or the Open Distributed Unit. Or if we are managing a lot of radio units, pwede tayong mag-connect through a front hall gateway, open front hall gateway, connecting to the open distributed unit naman. Okay? Okay, this is an example ng ano no ng open front hall. Okay? So meron tayong front hall gateways. I think this is a dam, diba? There are a lot of radio units situated all over. Okay, and they are connected to the front hall gateway interfacing to the BBU. Ano siya. And also for local area no setup where yung mga radio unit is servicing yung uh, each residential units no, they are connected to the front hall gateway interfacing to the BBU. If we are going to the indoor setup, okay, yung mga indoor cell sites natin or indoor antennas natin, okay, they are connected to the front hall gateway interfacing to the BBU, and then the BBU is connected to the core. Okay. So the front hall gateway can be deployed using density-centric. Pag sinabi natin density-centric deployment is I'm separating yung RUs ko or yung mga radio units ko. Okay? So this one one front hall gateway serving yung indoor and local. Okay? And then one front hall gateway serving the outdoors. Yan siya. Okay? And also, it can be set up or deployed in a coverage-centric unit or all of my radio units, they are connected to a centralized front hall gateway. Okay? For this one, okay, we are now focusing on open source. Yan, open source softwares naman. Kanina, those are examples ng GPP hardwares or the COTS or the commercial off-the-shelf hardware. So readily available siya because those are the servers available in the market. Okay? For this one, we are looking into the open source softwares. Okay? So one project that is providing a free and open source uh, softwares for our setup is SRS Run. So the SRS Run, they are now providing 4G uh, suite that is composing of SRS UE. Okay, it's a full stack 4G, 5G UE application. Okay, so it emulates yung user equipment. Uh, it also has the SRS eNode B. Okay, it emulates naman yung ano yung uh, or yeah, it emulates yung eNode B ng 4G with 5G NSA and SA or non-standalone, standalone Genode build capabilities. And also, it also has SRS, EPC, or Enhanced Packet Core. Ibig sabihin, SRS RAN, meron din siyang open source software for uh, packet core. Okay? Now, going to 5G, okay, ang available for SRS RAN is the DU and CU. Okay? So they can provide Gnode B capability. Yan. Okay. So, uh, why don't we follow itong ano? Let's follow this site. So their website is www.srslte.com. Let let me know if you see yung ano are you able to see my browser? Ayan, thank you. Okay. So ito siya no. We can download easily which software do we need. So we have 5G or 4G. So for 4G, okay, anong requirement ito? Actually, you just need your PC, di ba? You just need your PC and running in Linux, preferably Ubuntu, okay? And yun, if you are connected to the internet, okay, you can run this command sudo at apt repository. So this is where the project or the codes are located. Okay, and next is you run uh, updates. So sudo apt-get update, and then you install it. Sudo apt-get install. SRS run, yes. Okay. For 5G, ganoon din naman. So di mas why don't we try this out? Okay. So if you want to view the source code, it's on the GitHub. Naka-upload din naman siya roon. So how can we use this setup no? Okay. How can we use this setup? Dito sa SRS LTE, actually, there are tutorials you can follow, di ba? How can I run a Gnode B with UE? Di ba? How can I run a Gnode B with uh, off-the-shelf UE? Okay. How can I run the Gnode B using Kubernetes? Okay. So let's try this one. Okay. So running a Gnode B. So we will kumbaga emulate uh, mobile equipment connecting to a Gnode B. Okay. So what do we need? So we just need a PC with Ubuntu. Okay. And we just need to download the project for yung this one. Okay. In download it and install in your Ubuntu. Okay. And also you need the 4G naman for the UE. Okay, for the UE, we need this one. And also, we will be needing USRP. Okay, these are peripherals to connect yung radio. Okay, and the Open 5G is 5G core and 0MQ. Okay, so paano siya sineset up, no? Okay, ito siya. You have one machine running the UE, okay? And you have another machine or another PC running your Gnode B, okay? So sa machine 1 mo, you install the SRS run for G there with the UE capability, okay? And then no-connect mo siya sa radio mo. So this radio, separate radio na to, ha? Okay? So separate device na to. That is an open RAN radio. Sabihin, anything that you can connect to your general purpose machines. Okay. yun ang maganda sa Open RAN, no? Diba? Available siya sa market. You can easily set up a lab or a demo application on your labs, di ba? So, naalala ko tuloy, no, when we are doing my thesis ng college, ganito yung setup namin eh. So, we are characterizing yung radio signals. So, we have our COTS. We have our transceivers. Tapos yung transceivers namin connected sa laptop or sa PC. Uh, okay. And yung PC na yon, so we have two machines, di ba? Yung isa, it's throwing, uh, it's transmitting, the other is receiving, and then we are validating ano yung, or characterizing yung channel mismo, di ba? Yung noisy channel. How would the RF signals behave in a noisy channel? Okay. So, ganito yung setup namin no, ano, when we are doing that thesis before nung college. Naalala ko lang. Anyways, ayan. So, uh, we can, di ba, we can set up uh, uh, a lab on doing this uh, run, no? We can have a UE and we can set up a full stack eNode or GNode. Okay, one more open source provider is the Open Air Interface. It's the OAI 5G RAN project. So they develop and deliver 5G software stack under the OAI public license. Okay? So, ganun din yung setup niya, no? We can install those softwares on a general purpose machine and uh, we can have these uh, services or capabilities non-standalone Gnode B, standalone Gnode B, and UE. Yan. So let's go to open air interface naman. Okay, try this out. So we can go to the 5G RAM. So this one, they can provide us an L1 simulation framework and the L2 simulation framework. So it can simulate yung RF that is yan. It can simulate the RF yung ng radio that can be uh, set up in general purpose machines. So I'm just looking for ayan, yan, yan. Okay. So how do we set this up? So we have this machine na dito natin install yung mga uh, open source softwares natin, okay, sila DPDK for our networking to have or to virtualize yung network functions nitong card, okay? And this card will be used to host these CU and DU platforms. Okay. Ayan. Let's go to this. Their code is available in GitLab. And let's follow this one. Ayan. Okay. So if we are going to, sorry, no, medyo ano siya, medyo nandun na tayo sa medyo dev part. Uy, nakakita ako ng mga ano, mga libraries, mga Dockers, anong gagawin ko sa mga yan, di ba? Ah, hindi naman ako developer, okay? But we can deploy this, okay? We can follow this release. Ayan. So, hindi mo kailangang isa-isahin yung mga codes na nandun. But if you want the stable release, may ano naman na, may downloadable version here. Okay. So again, we can do a 5G setup. Yan, yan natin to. Okay. So sa 5G setup, okay, we programmed also UE, di ba? Hindi natin kailangan ng ano kailangan ko talaga ng 5G phone to set this one up. No. You can run a UE or user equipment dun din sa machine. Okay. And then you have a Gnode B. For Gnode B naman, yun, medyo we just need to follow tawag ito, some commands, no, Linux command to download and install yung itong package. Okay. And once we installed it, okay, we set up naman yung UE using the 80 commands. Okay. Right. And those testings can be uh, uh, measured, okay, using the iPerf. Okay. So medyo mag kumbaga we need a skill, 'di ba, on the open source softwares sa Linux kung if you want to branch out some of your skills, no. Medyo kailangan nating mag-shift to some uh, uh, open source languages or OSs. Yeah. Okay. And with this, you already have setup on your own, di ba? You can already simulate 5G private network. Yeah. Okay. With uh, with the open source softwares. Okay. Kasi pag open source softwares, no, wait, open source softwares libre. Yan. Sino po ba gumagamit ng WinRAR sa inyo? WinRAR, sa time na nakilala ko yung WinRAR, hanggang ngayon libre siya eh. Parang ewan ko, may nagbayad na sa WinRAR, di ba? Pero wala eh. Hindi nag-expire eh. Hindi, gamitin mo na ng gamitin. Yeah. Eh, ang ganda pa niyang mag-compress, di ba? Ang ganda ng compression ng WinRAR. Magamit. Okay. Okay, so other open source peripherals, the USRP or the Universal Software Radio Peripherals. So these are the peripherals that we need to connect yung mga radio natin sa GPP natin or sa DUNC, DU units natin. Okay, so we have these interfaces, no? Bus series, cables, yan. So accessories, antenna, yan. Okay. All right. So ito yung buong Open RAN solution. So we have a cell site, okay? Nandun yung antenna natin, nandun yung radio natin. Okay? These are uh, COTS, di ba? Commercial off-the-shelf antennas and radios. And they are connected or connected to CPRI, via CPRI, to the uh, baseband unit. Yung baseband unit natin, okay, it can be housed or run in a GPP hardware or in a virtualized environment. Okay. Ngayon, yung RIC natin or the RAN intelligent controller natin, which needs some data, no? Kasi if you want to have intelligence, you need to have data. Okay? So, doon natin siya lalagay sa naka-house sa data center naman. Okay? in going to a public cloud setup, okay, going to a public cloud setup, this is a sample architecture niya. Okay. This one came from AWS. So si AWS, I think NTT Docomo partnered with them eh. So yung mga iro-roll out ni NTT Docomo sa Japan na Open RAN, they are running in a public cloud environment. Okay. So paano siya naka-deploy, no? Yung non-real-time rig natin, okay? I have a pointer. Yeah. Yung non-real-time rig natin, okay? It is running on the AWS region. Okay, when we say the region, ito yung mga availability zones ni AWS, uh, where yung mga data centers, it is managed by AWS themselves. So, yung uptime ng data center na yon, yung disaster recovery, lahat sa kanila sila nagma-manage nun. Okay? Uh, now, we paano ko ma-ensure na well configured yung data center na meron talaga siyang failover sites and all. Hindi mo na problema yun. Problema na ni AWS yun. Because how they set up their availability zones. One availability zone, it composed of I think minimum of 3 data centers. Ganun sila ka reliable. Okay. So ibig sabihin yung service mo na inavail sa kanila, okay, it is running on 3 different data centers. So, mag-fail yung isa, okay, ang bilis niyang mag-switch over. Hindi mo mararamdaman na nagkaroon ng switch over actually. Okay? So, your non-real-time rig or your 5G core can run in AWS region. And yung non-real-time rig naman natin, okay, and yung mga uh, yung centralized unit natin, okay, it can be housed in telco data center. Let's say for example, ay gusto ko yung uh, yung centralized units ko, ako pa rin yung magma-manage. Pwedeng uh, i-house yun, privately, ikaw magma-manage, or pwede rin si AWS. Ay gusto ko nagustuhan ko yung availability ni AWS sa region. Pwede bang ah, pero kasi kapag yung centralized unit ko nasa region, ang bagal ng response. Gusto ko mas malapit sa network ko. So AWS can set up their environment inside your own data center. Yung tawag doon is AWS Outposts. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung functionality ng cloud, it runs inside your data center. Yan siya. So, uh, yung CU mo, yung non-real-time rigs mo, nandito. Sa AWS pa rin yung nagmamanage. Ganun siya. And yung distributed units, may nasa far edge naman siya. Okay? Pwedeng mas malapit sa cell site, okay? Or sa local data center if ganun yung setup ng operator. Okay? It can be run in a virtualized environment or pwede ring bare metal. Okay? So, naka-install ka in a general purpose server. Ayan siya. Or pwede rin na general purpose server pero AWS service yung gagamitin ko. That is the EKSA or the Kubernetes Anywhere. Yan. If I want to harness yung cloud solutions. Okay. Again, ang pinaka-benefit nito is all those management ng physical equipment natin na offload na, di ba? si AWS na or yung public cloud na yung ah, nagma-manage doon o nag-operate nun. Eh, ang kailangan mo na lang sa kanila is yung service.